Okay, what is this? We are talking about U-235. Just as I told you, the isotope of uranium that can produce fission is U-235, but the natural form of uranium that we get from the ore is normally U-238. So, U-235 is a very small percentage of that. So, we can go into the details of this later on. So, U-235 for example produces a large amount of energy. So, per nucleon it is producing 7.6 MeV, and when you multiply this by the total number of nucleons you get a huge amount of energy. Okay. And also you can understand this from the graph. If you look at the graph, this is U-235, and when you go here, this is where you get 7.6 MeV per nucleon. So, one nucleon has a binding energy of 7.6 MeV, and this multiplied by the total number of neutrons and you get, so this is already mega electron volt. So, mega multiplied by this you get giga electron volt. Okay. So, there is another element they are looking at, which is barium 144. Again, if you look from the graph, you will see that this has an energy which is 8.3 MeV. So, you multiply this by 144 and this is the amount of energy that you get. Okay. So, natural fission would take hundreds of years to take place, but when we want to produce nuclear power, we want to speed up the reaction. And in order to speed up this reaction, again this is a topic that comes under the topic of nuclear reactions. There is a whole chapter on this. So, you bombard, this is the nucleus U-235, and you bombard a particle, this is a neutron, you bombard it on this to initiate the reaction. So, you yourself initiate, not nature, it does not happen automatically, you yourself initiate this reaction. So, what happens is when the neutron is bombarded on the U-235 nucleus, it absorbs this neutron and it becomes U-236, right. But this is unstable, it is a compound nucleus and therefore, it has to break, right. So, it breaks into different parts. Some of these parts are elements like krypton and barium, and in addition it also releases neutrons and it can also release some radiations. And then this starts a chain reaction. So, when one fission takes place, neutrons are produced, these neutrons can bombard another nucleus and it will split and the process continues, it becomes a chain reaction. And therefore, the amount of energy goes on increasing, right. And you are familiar with the concept of daughters and parents, right. In decay reactions, you have the parent nucleide, it decays into the daughter nucleide and so on and so forth. So, there was a joke about this, why do you call it daughter, why not a son? So, So, this is the core of a nuclear reactor, and these neutrons that are being produced are also absorbed by the water inside the nuclear reactor, and this water then slows down those neutrons. And the steam that is produced, energy, it contains a large amount of energy, right. And this can be used to produce steam, and this steam can then be used to turn the turbines, and then you get your electricity, right. So, the famous equation E is equal to mc square was the first time that this idea was given, that mass can be converted into energy. So, the rest mass of the proton, if you convert it into energy, it is equal to 938 MeV, right. And you see that the rest mass of the neutron is slightly different, right. So, the neutron is slightly heavier than the proton. So, first the process of fission was explained, and now the process of fusion is being explained on the basis of the concept of binding energy. So, this is a deuterium nucleus, right, and it has one neutron and one proton. And this is a tritium nucleus again, yes, one proton and two neutrons, yes. And then we know that helium has two protons, two neutrons. And we can use this nuclide for fusion, which is known as the biggest source, the most powerful source of energy. So, the binding energy for deuterium is 2 MeV and the binding energy for tritium is 8 MeV. So, the total binding energy in this case is 10 MeV. Fusion is the opposite of fission, right? They will fuse together, right? Okay. So, if you look at both sides of the equation, you have deuteron and tritium on one side of the equation and you have helium and the neutron on the other side of the equation. The difference in energy is 28 minus 10, which is 18 MeV. Okay, so that is the net gain in one reaction. So, this is the process that takes place in the sun. We know that the sun is a huge source of energy. It is providing us light and warmth and heat, and there cannot be any life without the sun. And this is also the process that is taking place in many stars, and we are trying to do this on Earth. This is a very important research project in which many countries are participating to produce this successfully, right. Now, this research project on fusion is just like bringing the stars to the Earth. We are trying to create the same system here, right.